Welcome back. As always, be sure to leave a comment if you have any idea to this video, if you have any comments about the channel in general, or if you have any topics you want to make a future video on, let me know down in the comments. Also, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. It's one with the owner's logo, and without further ado, let's get right into this video. So, I have taken a huge break from Borderlands 3. Obviously, I have not posted a Borderlands video in quite some time. I haven't really posted any video in quite some time, but I'm back. I'm probably not going to make a ton of Borderlands 3 videos anymore, but I thought I'd at least talk about it, jumping back into it, looking at where Borderlands 3 started, where it is now, kind of the road it's taking, and if this is a good future for the game. And just blunt answer, I'd say yes, with some issues, and we'll kind of get into that in the video. So that's what this video is going to be about. Let's get into it. If you've been playing the game frequently enough, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with these events. These are limited time events. They go on for, I don't know, like a month, couple months, whatever it is. I don't know. And they just kind of shake up the game a little bit. Usually give a new area, some new bosses, some new enemy types, and usually have some kind of gimmick to them. And this is definitely what I think they're pushing to be the longevity of the game, which is fine. But I don't think it's going to help as much as they want it to. Like, these events are good enough, alright? They're entertaining. The gimmicks are fun. Like, right now, the Revenge of the Cartel is how, like, spawn more enemies, and, you do all that, whatever. I don't know. I haven't played too much into that. But I remember when the Halloween event was going on, that was still, like, when I was actually still playing quite a bit. I did not like it. I hated it. I expressed that in I think it was my last video about Borderlands, actually, how much I just simply didn't like it. And I'm glad it was a limited time thing. And I'm glad now it's much easier to turn off rather than just going offline. Like, you can just simply turn off in the main menu. That's definitely a good step forward. So if we're talking about, the future of Borderlands, making smart decisions, that was a smart decision because, like I said, I hated that Halloween event. The ghosts were just annoying. It was fun at first, but the fact that they were just everywhere and you couldn't get rid of them without going offline, it was just a pain in the ass. It was not a good time. So Adventure Cartels, I turned it off for this play session, but having it on actually isn't as bad. I say that because it can get very annoying. Like last week, me and my buddy were trying to do some of the DLC, and we were stuck at a fairly difficult like arena area, and we were stuck there for quite a while because the cartel just kept spawning in. Which, honestly, if I'm just playing regularly, it's trying to kill some time, I'm fine with that. I can just sit there and slaughter enemies all day, that's entertaining enough for me. But the fact that we're trying to get something done, trying to progress through the DLC, and we were just stuck at a certain part, because it was like one of those parts where we had to kill everybody to progress the whatever mission it was, and people just kept spawning in because of that, it was just kind of annoying. So, again, the events are a good idea to keep it forward, but they're only going to be good for so long, especially because they are limited time events. You can only play them for so long, and there's usually a couple months in between events. It might get someone to okay, yeah, I guess I'll jump in, just see what this one's about. But in reality, each event only has a couple hours worth of content, unless you really want to grind out and get all the guns for every event. But if you just want to play it through just to experience the story, the jokes, the new areas or whatever, it's only going to take you an hour, maybe two. I don't know. It's entertaining enough. It's a good way to keep it fresh for those that want it, but I don't think it's going to keep bringing people back like they hope it will.
Now follow that jabber.
So I'm a little ashamed to admit here, I did not beat any of the DLC yet. I played a good chunk of it. I played a good chunk of both of them. At the time you're recording this video, the first two DLC, like the big DLC packs, are fully out. The Handsome Jackpot and the Love Gun and Tentacles there's two of them. I played maybe the first hour-ish of the Handsome Jackpot. It was entertaining enough, but I don't know. I never really felt motivated to go back to it. And then I just recently, a couple weeks ago, played another maybe hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's probably closer to 2 hours, I guess, of Love Gun Tentacles. And they're alright. You know, it's nothing spectacularly new. I guess that's kind of what to be expected with DLC. So I guess if you're on the fence about getting it, probably not. I mean, if you're, if you love Borderlands 3, you love the gameplay, love the guns, love everything about it, and you're just sick of like going through the same locations and killing the same enemies, then yeah, I say it's worth it because that's really all the DLC is more of the same, which is to be expected. I'm not, looking down on it, but, and not necessarily that I was expecting something better. This is kind of what I was expecting with the DLC, which is more of the same. But if you're coming here hoping that each pack is like Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, don't come in there thinking that. They both have fun enough stories, interesting new characters, and returning characters. So I guess if you are a fan of like Borderlands 2, you'll like some of the returning characters in those DLCs. Some fun new locations, fun new enemies to kill, some pretty neato guns and stuff like that. So it's fun enough if you just love Borderlands 3 and want different of it, the same but different, then yeah, definitely worth buying. If you were hoping it was, like Tiny Tina's, it's not worth it because that's not all what it's like. And that's just me personally because I love that DLC and a lot of other people do. I do plan on eventually actually going back and finishing both the DLCs and the other DLC as it comes, but I just haven't felt motivated to because it's not that it's not entertaining, it's just more of Borderlands 3, and I've definitely expressed my opinion on Borderlands 3. It's fun, it's good, it's just not great. It's definitely good. I cannot discount this game, I cannot discount the DLC for being bad. They are good. It is good. Just not as great as they were hyping it up to be, and I understand that's how whatever works. I'm not getting into the whole discussion again because I've talked about Borderlands 3 as a whole enough. But as far as this video goes, as far as progression of the game, because this is clearly meant to be a games as a service game, as it goes on, they have different updates and whatnot. Is the DLC good progress from where it starts? I'd have to say no. Honestly, it's not. It's just more of the same. Yeah, it's different in the different environments, different enemies, whatever. But it really is just more of Borderlands 3. And again, that's not bad. That's just not progress. Mayhem 2.0 is interesting to me because when the game first came out, or was first, being hyped up and promoted and whatever, and they were talking about the Mayhem mode, about how this was what the end game was going to be, was randomized stats, everything's going to be tougher, better loot chops, but random elements. And I thought that's great, because that is why I fell in love with a lot of different video games. Borderlands 2 especially was the randomness of it. The random drops, the random guns you can get, and that's just what I love. So when I heard the end game was going to be insanely randomized, like that was what the end game was just randomness, I was super excited for it. You can expect that, being tougher and whatever, but the random elements were what I was really excited for. So when it came out and it was, random, like that wasn't a lie, it wasn't to the point that I thought it was going to be. Mayhem 2.0 is definitely closer to what I thought those random elements were going to be. And that's great. I love it. I think it's awesome. And yes, so Mayhem 2.0, definitely a good direction as far as I'm concerned. As far as this video is concerned, as far as the direction Borderlands 3 is going, Mayhem 2.0 is a good direction to go. However, it makes me worry about Gearbox and like kind of their process for making games, because if this was, what their endgame was supposed to be, was this randomized loot and whatnot, and Mayhem 1.0, again, it delivered on what it said, just not to the degree that I, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other fans, thought it meant. It's just kind of interesting that they changed such a huge aspect of what they thought was going to be the longevity of the game. And again, I think it's a good direction. I'm glad they went this direction. It's just interesting to me. It makes me think, about, did they really know what they wanted? Did they really think that this is what was gonna be, what was gonna bring people, keep people coming back and play, replay after replay after replay after replay? I don't know. It's just one thing that makes me think. And again, Mayhem 1.0 was okay. There's nothing really particularly wrong with it. It was serviceable. And Mayhem 2.0 definitely has its problems. With that randomness comes some issues, some glitches, some bugs, some exploits. All the stuff that normally comes with it. And they're working on it. And that's kind of great. I'm definitely glad to see them continuing to work on it. So, it is definitely a good step forward. And that being said, everything is going in a good direction. Like I said earlier in the video, there are definitely some issues with that direction. But, all in all, good direction. That does it for this one, guys. Like I've been saying, all in all, Borderlands 3 is going in a good direction. Now, is it the super great game that it was kind of expected to be at launch? Maybe not. But it was a good game at the start. Like I've been saying for the past how many videos, it's a good game. I can't really gripe on it too much because there's definitely goodness there. And a lot of games can go from a really crappy foundation to a really great game in the future. Like, look at Battlefront 2. That game is great now. Look at No Man's Sky. The game's amazing now. And those games, they came from really crappy starts. Borderlands 3 had a good start. It had a good foundation, had a good player base. And it's going a good direction, just not quite towards that great direction like that those games were going. So, I think it's on its way. It's doing good. The content that's being pumped out, it's good content. The fixes they're making, I am glad they definitely seem to be at least somewhat listening to the community. If you look at like their response on Twitter and stuff on Reddit, whatever, they're definitely listening to the community. Maybe not the right community all the time, but they're listening to the community and they're trying to make changes, which is, for any company, no matter what they're doing, no matter how bad their product is, if they're listening to the community, that's at least a good start. That's a good direction. So, Borderlands 3, definitely going in the right direction. I don't know if I'll make any more Borderlands content because, like I said, I'm still not enjoying the game. I'll definitely be jumping into it more often now to, see each of the improvements and actually, try to get back into it. So, we'll see. I probably won't make any more videos about it. I might just be playing it more personally. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that does it for this one. Please, 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 if you have any topic you want me to discuss, I know I took a very long break from making any videos for a while, and especially making Borderlands videos, but I do still want to make videos if there's anything you guys are actually interested in me talking about anything, pretty much any game. I kind of have a wide variety of games I play. So yeah, just let me know if there's anything topic you want me to discuss, whatever. I'll try to make more videos whenever I get the time and feel motivated to, I guess. Also, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. It's one with the orange logo. Just me and my friends having fun playing video games. Just posted a video not too long ago about me talking about my grandma sex doll. It's weird. It's dumb. It's just me and my friends joke around, BS and whatever. It's a lot of fun over there. So yeah, be sure to check that out. And yeah, that about does it. Remember, keep your stick on the ice. We're all in this together. The world doesn't know anything. See you next one. Bye.